Alrighty, so this is going to be part 2 of the inner versus outer you, as in who it is you are for real, and who it is that people see when they see you. So we're going to get 2 more piles or groups for this one. So group 1 will be Sacral Chakra, and group 2 will be Tantric Journey. Okay. So group 1, Sacral Chakra, card number 2. Here it says, the frequency of the sacral chakra, the orange flower of life, supports our ability to flow with our desires and stimulates our creative power to manifest success and abundance in our lives. In group 2, you have card number 42 with Tantric Journey. The frequency of Tantric Journey helps us to unlock the hidden knowledge and wisdom that we intrinsically hold about how to reach a state of wholeness and completion through our sensual experiences with ourselves and with another. So, we have pile 1 and pile 2. And we'll begin with pile or group 1. Group 1, the Sacral Chakra. Who are you? Who is the real you? Who is the inner you? The mouse. Meow. As opposed to the outer you, or who people see when they see you. Ooh, the shark. Dang. Okay. Okay. Tell us more about the mouse. Who is the mouse? The shadow. And what about the shark? Who is the shark? Wow, that's 2. We had the poet and the warrior. Damn. But I only want 1. Who is the shark? Other than the poetic warrior. The comic. Meow. Yeah. Okay, what an interesting character, man. Where does the mouse live? Where does the shadow dwell? Ah, the castle and the temple. I'm going to take the temple, only because we saw the castle with part 1, so I just want things to be different. Where does the shark live? Damn. Okay, wow. The box. Okay. What tool does the mouse use? What is his or her gift? The riddle. That's better. And what tool does the shark use? The vision. Wow, 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 man. Give us one for the mouse. The shadow in the temple with the riddle. Adventure, or the Page of Pentacles. A lot of, earth. Very feminine. Earth, water, sacral. And give us one for the shark. That shark is intense, man. And then we've got more earth, slowing down, as in the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, so. There is such a stark contrast between who it is you are and keep to yourself as opposed to how it is that people see you, or even what it is you present to people. So, a very strong feminine energy. Earth, water, earth, sacral. Who it is that you are internally, the real you, is like something here is very deeply introverted and shy. Something about you just follows the signs and sees them all around. You feel like you are surrounded by spirits, angels, ancestors, signs, probably in the form of lights, flickering lights. They mean a lot to you. They light up your shadows and they create light in the dark for you and give you a lot of hope. You work really hard on seeing the signs, studying the signs, but you deal with a lot of apprehension, hesitation, and perhaps even anxiety, a mind that won't rest. A mind that is always on an adventure. You might feel even disconnected sometimes from your own physical body. It's so much easier to dwell in the spirit realm, in the world of energies. You get more answers there. I can identify with that. Who you are and who you've always been is somebody who's very into shadow work. You enjoy the riddles of the darkness. You enjoy coming face to face with the aspects of yourself that are many people wouldn't want to deal with in their own selves. This is a soul mission for you. Wherever it is that you are and wherever it is that you go, even when you're out about in public, you have such a field, a force field around you of protection. It's like you dwell in the temple, sure, but that temple is like always around you. Those flickering lights, spirit, they're always around you, and you feel it and you carry it with you everywhere that you go. It's like a protective shield. So no matter where it is that you are, whether you are alone inside yourself, inside your room, inside your home, isolated, or out and about, vulnerable to crowds, there is always like this temple all around you, and people can feel that. You have a strong healing energy, and people don't know why. You may be a healer. Otherwise, you just work really hard on your own healing, and you have a strong understanding of the light and the dark within yourself and within other people as well. You see it very easily. It's easy for you to feel like lost down the rabbit hole, but you enjoy that feeling very much. With every kind of question that you're able to answer, you find all the more questions to dive into, like Pandora's box of questions. But it's what you do best, and you love to sort through them and categorize them and understand them. You're like very cerebral. You have a really strong like faith, but it's more like it's like a mental exercise, and it's a very cerebral approach that you have. You like study it. Like you are a scholar of this stuff, of your own inner world. That's who you are. And you are a lot more like reserved and shy than you come off. The way you come off and the way that people see you is somebody who's like very intense. You're the kind of person who likes strangers or even friends will see you from afar or speak to you, and you have like a very intense, serious face and demeanor. But underneath it, what you're feeling is not all that intense. You have a very lighthearted and jovial spirit, but that doesn't show. Usually what people see when they first see you is like this formidable thing. But it's confusing for them because the way that you open up is really surprising. Like you have a lot of layers, and you open up in like really interesting ways. So people like believe that there's something about you that swims really, really deep in the dark, in the depths, and they wonder whether or not you have even like a predatory energy sometimes. They sense that you're somebody who goes really deep and uncovers truths and can see the truth in anything and reveal it and expose it. Like they feel that from you. There's something beneath the surface that's like ready to burst through with you at all times, and it always does so in really surprising ways. You always like contradict what it is people first thought when they saw you. You have a very surprising energy. Man. People see you as very grounded and very contained. And people are scared of what it is that you pick up on when you see through them, because when you look at people, you're not just looking at them. They can feel that your eyes are piercing deep through, seeing deep inside each person and who they are. They can feel that. It makes people feel naked around you. You have a very intense vision and you see everything, but you don't let anybody see really you and who it is that you are. And deep down, you are not as intense as a shark, although you do have that intensity. And especially that's what you show to the world, and that's what they see first. But you are so much like gentler and sweeter Or at least that's how you see yourself. There might be like a very deep intensity within you, like an intimidating force that even you overlook often. But people find you like really magnetic and mysterious. You are bewildering to people. Fascinating, magnetic, mysterious, and intimidating, and kind of scary for people, especially those who have secrets. They won't come around you because they know that you can feel it. Wow. So there is such like a childlike charm when it comes to you, and people can only see flashes and glimpses of that here and there, but mostly what they see when they look at you is the version of you, and this is true of you, that is very like mature beyond your years, and you always have been. Actually very, very patient, despite like bursting with energy. There's a fidgety, maybe you fidget, like a fidgety energy about you, but it's not an impatience. It's just like there's this creativity that's trying to burst through all the time, or always feels like self-contained in a box. But people can feel that there's something about you that is really like patient, mature, wise, understanding, aware. And people think like you have an incredible sense of humor. You spark a lot of joy in people, and you make people feel very, very deeply, even when you are being very lighthearted. But people can sense that, like, maybe you have like a sarcastic or a dark or like a deadpan humor. So even when you are being funny or making jokes, like what is so alluring about it is that underneath it people can feel that you're not actually joking. Or that there's something about the joke that is like they were not like able to get. It makes people feel inferior. You're incredibly intimidating to people, and you're really attractive. Like your beauty is unmatched, and it makes people feel very vulnerable. Your beauty and or handsomeness, externally but also internally, what you radiate is like an unparalleled level of like appeal and attractiveness. Sexy. You're like dead sexy. There's no other way to put it. Wow. But it's funny because you don't see yourself that way. You believe that you're capable of creating really appealing or gorgeous looks, or creating things that are very charming and beautiful. But you yourself struggle with seeing yourself as sexy as you actually are, and as people actually see you. That's so interesting. So you may have attracted a lot of negative like energy, like people who were attracted to you but for all the wrong reasons before, which would explain why we have the shark. Something about you had to evolve into like a shark to fend off anybody who was attracted to you and your light for all of the wrong reasons. Like that's pretty clear. It over time, like you just evolved a very, very deep sight and understanding of people and their intentions toward you, because you had to, and you have a lot of experience dealing with both types of people. Those who really love you for you, and then those who just love you for the beauty that you radiate, that they want to own. You've dealt with that. So you are very protective of yourself, and people can feel that you're not somebody to fuck with. people can feel that. That's gorgeous. But you're so you're so grounded for really how magnetic you are and how you set people alight and aflight just by looking at you or having conversations with you. For all of that, you're still like really grounded and really, really humble and like insanely sweet natured. You put all of your energy and focus into yourself, into life's greatest mysteries, into improving yourself. Like, this is what you care about. This is your value system. And it adds to your beauty. People feel that they're not on your level and they wish that they were. But it inspires people to like tap into their own energy like this of their own brand. It's very inspiring to people. Beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna move on to group 2. Dead sexy. Okay. So, group 2 was the Tantric journey. Not so different from group 1, I imagine. Let's see who we have here. Tantric journey. Okay, so who are you? Who is the inner you? Who is the real you? Okay. The vulture. Okay. And who is it that people see when they see you? What is the outer you or the outward projection of you? Whoa, whoa. The starfish. Oh man. Boy, do people not know you. Okay, what do you mean by the vulture? Tantric journey, vulture? Oh. So, okay, we got the siren and the siren, the king, and the lover, man. I'm gonna take the siren. Wow, okay. Look at these colors. What do you mean by the starfish? Oh, the father. What? Man. Secret agent man. Okay, where does the siren, this vulture siren, live? In the desert. Man. Where does the starfish or this father live? Okay, wait a minute. The forest and the mountain. Oh, they're so similar. You know what? I'm gonna take them both, and I really wasn't gonna do that, but I don't know why I like have to. That's crazy. That's okay. Look at all of these trees. Okay, so where does the vulture, or what tool does the vulture use? What is your tool? The seed, but we got that last time. I want a different one. Something new, please. Something different. Oh, wow! Well, look, the seed came out again, but so did the nectar, so I'm gonna go for the nectar. But I'll remember that seed really wanted to come out. And there it is at the center. That seed. Okay, and the starfish. What tool does the starfish use? The offering. Okay. Wow. Let's get one for the vulture. Another two. You've got a very big energy. Like, I can't not take multiple cards against my will. Okay, so we have the Lovers, as well as Existence, which is the Magician in this deck. Let's get one, or however many you want, I guess, for the storage. Okay, just one. The Queen of Swords. Morality. Wow. Okay. You got the Inner Voice or the High Priestess on the bottom. Okay. You are a very, very complex, complicated individual, and I mean that in a good way. Very complex, complicated individual. People do not know you at all. But they know what you've been through. You must have been through like a very intense, heart-wrenching heartbreak, multiple at a time, multiple phases of your life. Whoa. So you may have been on like literally a tantric journey. You may have been like getting more in touch with yourself, your own sexuality, or in conjunction with another partner, or that may have happened in the past and you had to separate from it, but there's something like this tantric, this magic, like so tragic kind of energy. Who it is that you are is constantly, whether you mean to or not, you are constantly manifesting partners and people that are attracted to you like crazy, like a moth to a flame. Whether you mean to or not, you are constantly, whatever it is that you are doing is just insanely seductive by nature. You might be actually like, hold up, is everything? You might be actually doing things like sexual healing at this time. But the more that you heal these parts of yourself, the more that energetically it keeps calling in all of these like suitors. Who you are is like always attracting. And not just partners and human beings, but just like waves of energy, good and bad, they come toward you. When you are in a state of lack, like there's something that comes toward you to fill you up, like Spirit's tall order was like answered. Something about you, like when your soul calls out for something, it comes to you in like hordes and hordes, in droves and droves. You are a manifester. You have an incredibly, like, your energy is just very tempting to all people, and even just energies, positive and negative, depending on your mood, depending on the call of your soul and what you long to experience. It shows up at your door in various forms for you to choose. Like, this is who you are. But you have been hurt, and you have been like betrayed and scorned, especially in love. And it didn't stop you or take away your power to be able to manifest love around every corner somehow. But you have a lot of pain, and maybe even like as intense as trauma, or just moments of suffering that you remember, being ripped away from the one that you love, or having the one that you trusted most in the world betray you. Like, you have a lot of moments like this in your memory bank, and you sit with them and you hold on to them because you learn a lot from that, and you still do. Oh, but what's funny is all of those people, or that person, or whoever it was that ever fucked with you or betrayed you, you should know that every time that you think about that and go dig deeper and find even more lessons in it that allow you to heal, that person, whatever he or she or they are, they can feel your healing, and it's like they feel called to come to you. Their love for you has grown with every ounce of healing you have accomplished, whether you know it or not. You are like a siren. You are like a great temptation. And you have a way of filling for yourself, like filling your own needs and others as well, in a way that others have never been able to do for you. Mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually, whatever needs that you have ever had have been filled by you. Whatever needs anybody's ever had, on any level, you can meet them and fill them up. But nobody outside of you has ever been able to do that for you, because you exist on a much higher level. That's very complex and intense. Now, the way that people see you is they kind of get that about you, but they don't know how deep it goes. People see you as a star, but I think that people think you may be like more, not superficial, but more on the surface level than you actually are. People don't understand that you are a vulture who dives deep in the ocean, despite living in a desert somehow, and finding a way to fulfill yourself somehow. People don't know that about you, but they do see you as like a very attractive, gorgeous, kind of sexy energy as well, just like the first one. How funny. But they see you as like much more like on the surface level, But they see you as very kind of closed off. They see you as somebody who, you exist like at the top of a mountain. You are your own mother. You are your own father. And all you do is you give and you give and you give, but you don't allow yourself to receive. Because you just know what will and will not match you, what will and will not fulfill you. You already have an eye for that, so you don't allow anybody to offer you or give you anything that you know is not going to serve you. You consider it a waste of your time and a waste of their time and energy. People like feel that. There's like something closed off about the way you come off to people. You have such a strong like backbone, like the opposite of a spineless person. Like you stand very tall and proud. You exist at the very like zenith of a mountaintop. And you move through and live through a force that nobody could find you in. Nobody can reach you. Nobody can reach you. And they wish that they could. People recognize that you've been through some shit. Something has happened here. Something or some things or sequence of things took place. Grave injustices. And people know that and they feel that and they really respect you for what you've been through, what you've endured, and like how instead of falling apart, it has only made you stronger. You keep growing straight up and strong and proud, and people see this about you. But they just don't know how deep your roots go. They only see how high you grow, like how tall these trees are. But they don't see how deep it goes with you. They don't know the roots of your story. And they wouldn't be able to handle it if they did. And they feel that, they kind of sense that. But they just don't know. They see you as somebody who gets a lot of offers all the time, but is closed off to them. They also see you as somebody who offers a lot, but either to your own self or to like a very exclusive group of people, just a handful of people in the world get to know anything about you and are offered things from you. For example, love, understanding, commitment. There are just a few people in this world exclusive enough to get this from you. Whoa. That was very intense. Oh. But nonetheless, that doesn't change the fact that who you are is incredibly giving. They see you as somebody who is like a father energy, or like this big tree in the forest that is like a protective spirit. Like they do see you as that. But they see you as somebody who gives more than you take. Two very different parts of you. And you're not misunderstood for the most part. It's just that people don't see how deep it goes with you. And people don't know the depth and like the magnitude of the powers that you hold. But people see you as a star, that's for sure. People see you as a really gorgeous golden star that they would love to get to know better. It's just that you know they couldn't handle it if they did. You keep your guard up, that's what you do, and it only lowers for somebody who you know, who you can see would be able to handle it, who is a match and is not a waste of time. You're serious about love. You're serious about your body, your mind, your heart, your soul. You don't say much, but when you do, it's like groundbreaking for people. And you don't say much, but you say a shit ton with your energy. Such a, wow. Such a brilliantly layered, being. That's who you are, and people can sense that, but they only see the surface level and they don't know how deep it goes. But they feel like you are like a very unreachable force. I'm like in awe. Okay, so I think that'll do. Thank you.